Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on this gameplay options. Here you can see I have added, for example, difficulty settings and invert mouse axis enable or disable. Difficulty we have easy, medium, hard, and mouse sensitivity. So yeah, these are the settings we are going to add to gameplay options. And yeah, that's all we are going to work on today. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done in my channel from my Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can access everything, all the project files without any limits. And here is the full playlist of this series. Everything is implemented and explained from scratch. You can follow those episodes and implement everything by yourself. So I'll leave links to everything in the description below. And now let's get started with today's episode. Okay, so right now if I play the game and if I go to gameplay options, it's just an empty screen. We don't have anything here. So this is what we are going to work on today. So first thing is here, now I'm in my plugin UI widgets folder. This CLM menu system content UI widgets folder. Here let's add a new widget blueprint, and here just like always we are going to use the options panel, WVV option panel, as the parent to implement the gameplay options. And here you can see all other options are also using the same option panel we have already created. WPP gameplay options. Let me open this, and here option panel name, I'll call it gameplay options. And we don't need to do anything here. We already have the reset, apply, and back button and the title. That's all we have. So let's override initialize options and let's start adding each option one by one. So first thing I want to do is, here I'm planning to add, as an example, difficulty settings and aim in mode settings. That would mean like hold to aim down or toggle aim down with right click, but it's just an example. And also mouse sensitivity settings and mouse inverse settings. That's basically I want to add here. So as the first thing, let's add a function to initialize difficulty. Okay, and I'll call it also here initialize difficulty. So here all I need to do is, let's create a widget, and here I'm gonna use option cycle widget that we have already created. And as the options array, here basically I need to give difficulty options. So I can actually hard code here, but instead of doing that, we already implemented this user setting subsystem. Here I'll add a function get difficulty settings, and this should return all the difficulty setting names. So let's add a text, and this should be an array. I'll promote this to a variable. Difficulty presets, that's what I'm gonna call it. Oh, difficulty levels actually. Suitable. Okay, we are gonna return that, and also we are going to return an integer, not an array, just an integer, current difficulty level. Okay, so I'll return 0 That would, by default, that would mean the AC one. Oh, we need to initialize this too. AC media part. Now, game user settings. No, CLMX. What is this? BPCLM extended user settings subsystem. No, we need to use this one. Get BPCLM user settings subsystem. Blueprint version of that. And get difficulty settings. Maybe we should convert this into a pure function to make things simpler. Now I can put this as the difficulty settings array, and this is the current difficulty level. Name difficulty. Do you need a parameter for this? Maybe. The difficulty. And get on in player. Okay. Now if I go here, I don't see that yet. Oh, that's because we didn't add it anywhere. So I'll promote this to a variable cycle, no, difficulty settings. This is a cycle button. Should I call CB? I'll just call it difficulty settings. And I'll get SCB options. In case you don't remember, this is this scroll box that we have here, which is designed to add all the options that we create for the options panel. So I'll add child here. This. And this return panel slot, I'll cast this to a scroll box slot so that we can set padding. I'll promote this to a variable option padding. As I remember, we used 10 on the right so that this does not go to the edge of the options panel. That's actually all. Now if I check here, we should see difficulty. We have the option. Why am I not seeing the option value? Does this return 0? Okay, it's fine. Why the value is not there? Maybe it would appear in the runtime. Let's check. So now that we have only one option, let's see how to add this actually into the menu. So menu, and here under this animated switcher, we have this WBP gameplay, which is a regular option panel. Now I'll replace it with the WBP option panel. No, gameplay options. WBP gameplay options. Select that, so we get the option to replace with, and replace. And press yes. You will get some errors. It's gone. And I refresh this. Yeah, it's also gone. Okay, now let's test. Settings, gameplay. Yeah, we have the difficulty option now. Then I'll add enable or disable mouse vertical y-axis option, so that the options initialize mouse settings. Oh, let's just say invert, initialize mouse invert. So this one also create widget, and we need the option cycle, but here I don't think we need to do anything in the user settings subsystem, except a way to get is mouse inverse or something. Is mouse y invert. It can return a boolean. Invert, inverted. By default, I return false. We can implement this function later on. For now, I just need a placeholder here. Let's promote this to a local variable, or we can just make an array. Yeah, because we only need enabled. Oh, wait. Disabled should be the default value, then enabled. And the default selected index here, I'll convert this to a peer function. Now ppclm user settings subsystem is mouse invert. Oh, we have a typo. And this would implicitly convert, this would be automatically convert false to 0 and true to 1. No need to worry about that. Down in player, option name, invert mouse y-axis. And yeah, just like before, we need to add this to our CB. Maybe we should promote this part into a common function. Should we call this mouse y-axis invert settings? It's long, but it explains what it is, so it's better. Oh, we need to call this in initialize options. Yeah, now we have this. Why I don't have gap? Yeah, actually, this one. Right side, we don't really need a margin, but in the bottom, we do need. So if I add that and compile, see, now we have a gap. And the next thing is mouse sensitivity. So for this one, initialize mouse sensitivity. This one also, let's create a widget, but we can use the slider, WBB slider. And these settings, maybe we should set up a function in our subsystem. Get mouse sensitivity settings. So we need to have three things. Minimum sensitivity. So min and max and current. Min, let's say 0.1, max, let's say 1, and current, let's return 0.5. So we need to properly implement this, but right now this is enough. So also let's make this a PO function. ECL and user settings, sensitivity settings. Okay, so in the slider, sensitivity. So in the slider, we can give the current value as the default. Min max. Actually, we don't have a way to set this up. Maybe we should add it into our slider. Let me open the slider. And here we have this slider. I think we have a on value changed. So here we get the value. We should do something. We should clamp this. The clamp float. This one. And I'll promote to min value and max value. And min value, I'll make them both instance editable, and I'll expose them both on a spawn. So by default this is 0 and 1, so in places where I already used this slider it wouldn't matter, but we can now use this here. Let's refresh. Min value, max value. We can plug it, and yeah, this part is getting annoying. Maybe let's promote this to a function. Let's call it add to option scroll, and I will copy this to the parent. Wait, this may not be the best way to do it, because here we are passing, oh, it's a widget object, just a widget object, so it wouldn't matter. Yeah, so this can work, but I have already implemented this in other option panels, so it wouldn't matter much, but maybe still this would be useful. So here I'll paste this, add to option scroll, compile. Now here, this is marked as overriding. Here, okay, let's delete this now. And add to option scroll. Padding is defined here, so we can pass this. And we can use this. Let me compile and see. This is mouse settings. It's correctly added. Yeah. We can replace the difficulty settings part also here. It's working. So I'll use this for the sensitivity to. Oh, I already did that. Oh, why am I not seeing this? I promote this to a variable. Sensitivity. Oh, alright. I didn't add it here. That's why. Okay, now we have it. And by default, it's 0. Didn't I return 0.5 or 2? Connect it. Default value is current. Oh, it might work properly in the gameplay. Yeah, it's 50%. So yeah, we can change that too, and we can go below 10% because I think that makes sense. Because we need some sensitivity, we can't eliminate all. So yeah, now we have invert mouse settings and difficulty and mouse sensitivity, but it's not working yet. So we will look into how to actually implement them in another episode. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download here in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.